It's fate time! Hello, welcome to another Figma review. Today we're going to have a look at the Figma EX62. It's Mordred in the Rider class, which is an excuse for saying Surfer Mordred, aka Bikini Mordred, Swimsuit Mordred, Fan Service Mordred. Not that I have any issue with that, like, skimpy outfit. You know, it's a nice addition to your Fate collection if you're a fan of fan service. And as I learned last time, there's a lot of you guys who are big fans of Mordred out there. So, let's have a look at it. I know it's been mostly snowing and raining around here the last couple of weeks, but if this doesn't give me the summer feeling, I don't know what will. Let's have a look at size real quick. She stands at about 13.5 centimeters to the top of the head. A little bit taller if you're going to the top of the bun in the back, but that means we're going overall up to almost 5.2 inches tall. For your size comparisons, here's Jalter, Figma regular and casual Mordred, SH Figure Arts Kaioken Goku. It's like a Goku of red, yeah? Bandai Salamander's Intercessor, and Darkside. Mordred number 3. At first I thought it was kind of weird that we're getting yet another Mordred, but then again, you guys showed a lot of love and support when I reviewed the original Mordred, so yeah, this character is definitely fan favorite. So Good Smile delivers on the fan service front with this one. You got a very nice looking face sculpt, there's no issue there. I mean, Figma knows their face sculpts. They don't have any issues with doing any nice anime faces. There's a bunch of strains going down in the hair, and I have this is fairly loose, fairly easy to pop off. By the way, if you care about face switching, and hair switching, there you go. This is how the inside of it looks. This is the pad you're gonna have to put in if you wanna switch those things around. You know, a lot of people like to switch the Figmas around. So then you have the hairband, which is one of the only things that's not properly painted. It's also one of the only things that they had to paint, so I'm kinda iffy about these things. You know, a little bit more than for other figures where there's more detail and more paint to apply. They didn't really have to do much here. You have the nice braid going down, and the hair in the back, the ponytail coming down. Then you have the chest area, the biggest part of the fan service. Well, that and the butt, which we'll get to in a second. The paint on that is actually good. The red is nice and vibrant, and the black lines around going is we don't have bleeding on there, and no issues with that. It's obviously very exposed. You don't have anything to cover up the joints, so it's one of these cases where you have everything stick out, and there's not really anything you can do about that, obviously. The pantsuit, no, it's not. You know, I don't want to do pantsuit time because it's technically not a pantsuit. I mean, it is, but like, I'm only counting pantsuit when it's under a piece of clothing. So, no pantsuit time. Or do I? No. Anyway, you get the red in here. It's also nice to paint it. Doesn't have any bleeding. Doesn't have any issues, at least on mine. And you have the red armband. Also, you have a butt, which the red seems to be rubbing off a little bit on it, and that leaves for some very, I don't know what you call it, weird images. So you probably have an idea what that's going to be. So I'm not going to go further into detail that because this is YouTube. However, we can't really discuss these things without getting the bot swarming me and telling me I'm not doing child-friendly stuff. Well, you know, whatever. Then you have the sandals with the black lines on there. Has a little tiny bit of bleeding, what's saying as with the hairband. I don't really have the biggest issue with it. Just why do we still have bleeding, Figma? This is sandals and swimsuit. That's all you have to paint here. Now obviously that also means we don't have any hindrance for your articulation. You have the hat on a ball, and then you have the big hinge in there, so it goes to the back, goes forward. You can kind of pull it forward, so that's all the way forward, and that's all the way to the back. Does tilt side to side by a lot, and does go all the way around. You have a ball hinge in the ponytail, goes up and down, and it does rotate, but it's very stiff, so be careful with that. Shoulder has a double ball combination, one ball joint in the chest area and another ball hinge in the shoulder itself. Do have a bicep swivel, or you can just rotate this entire piece around, doesn't really matter. Up and down on the elbow hinge, ball hinge in the hand, rotation in there. Chest area is very nimble, wiggles around forward and to the back, and also all the way around. The hips don't lie, and they also tilt side to side, go forward, and go to the back. It does leave it pretty gappy at some parts, but honestly, what are you gonna do about it? If you drape more clothes over it, it's not the same design anymore. The leg moves out, the leg moves forward, and it moves through the back with more ugly gaps. Also rotates on the thigh a little bit. Ball hinge in the knee, and another ball hinge in the foot. Moves side to side, has a bit of a pivot. Really pivots around the ball, so it's never really in a straight position. And that's pretty much it. Now looking at the accessories, and there's definitely something that stands out. The base, right? I'm just kidding, no. Just getting that out of the way. Yes, you have the Figma base. Those are always included. You have an arm with this pack, which you can take off if you want to, and you have these things that move around for stability. Now, if you're new, that's just if you're new to the Figmas. If you're not new to the Figmas, you know this stuff already. Then you also have a Figma back, same thing, always in there. You have some hands, open hands, holding hands. She doesn't really have anything to hold, but obviously you can pair this up with other parts, other pieces from the previous Mordred releases, like the sword. Then you have the fist hands, and that's about that. Then you have another foot with a pack under there, so you can pack her into the surfboard. And then you have the faces. One happy face, and one kind of like the face. Very seductive on the right side, and overall, it's a good selection. Then you have the surfboard. Now, one thing right away. Why does it look like Excalibur? I mean, she's Mordred. I know her daddy's Artoria. Daddy. Quotation marks, daddy. Anyway, this. Back to the surfboard. It does look very nice. You have kind of like a praying maiden over there. Unfortunately, right smack dab in the middle of the hole where you pack it in. We pack the foot in. And you have two holes, so I don't know if both the holes are supposed to be for the base. Let me see if that actually fits. It does fit in there, yeah, but it does also fit in there, yeah. And if you don't want to use the front part of it, does that also fit? Just checking. That's a tighter fit, but it does go in there. Yeah, probably should heat it up and not just jam it in like I'm doing it right now, but I'm just trying it out. Obviously she can hold on to it with the hand. Well, she does something to hold on, never mind. But yeah, that's about that. Final thoughts, and I had to try this one out just to test out if she does have a good enough grip on the surfboard, and yeah, the joints are strong enough to hold it on, and it's not really that heavy, so I wouldn't really be too worried about it not holding this post, so that works, that's fine. Also, you could just pack it into the base if you're worried about this. But anyway, final thoughts for this figure. I mean, it's a simple figure. There's not really that much going on, but if you love fan service, and especially the surfboard I feel like is the most unique item in this entire pack, then yes, this figure's good, painted well, articulates very well considering that there's nothing hindering it, but then again it's also standard Figma articulation, so there's nothing very new in that sense. But overall, I like this figure, and I can recommend it, but then again, I don't feel like it's a must-have. I guess that's hence why it's a Good Smile exclusive figure, that it's more aimed, more targeted at the hardcore fans of Mordred, of Fate, or in my case, mostly a Fate fan and a completionist of the series as much as I can. So yeah, recommend it if you're into any of these categories, but if you're not, I feel like this is an easy skip, and also there's other Mordreds out there to get. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Mordred wants.